Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to do a video today about one of these trading algo indicators for TradingView that I saw on Facebook. This guy Zeiierman is running ads on Facebook and thought I'd do an overview. So I got access to the Zeiierman algo suite and I want to go through what I've learned about it so far. This may be part one of a more extended video series. We'll see. It's kind of up in the air at the moment. Before we get started, I wanted to mention one of my favorite services of all time. It's a swing trading option service by Roger Scott. I'll leave a link in the description below. Currently, I've not lost a trade with Roger Scott and Stealth Surge Alerts, and I just closed a trade for about a 40% gain just a few minutes ago. So I'm excited about that. If you want to check it out, make sure you come to my full review. I try and put all my videos that I do on the trades, detailing them and showing proof that I took the trades. Inside this review right here, you can learn more about Roger Scott. Go and see his webinar, get emails from him about more details and deals for Stealth Surge Alerts. It's not the cheapest service out there, but it's one of the best I've ever been part of, along with Nate Bear's one-ticker payouts as well. Worth checking out. If you go down the bottom of this article, you can find track records and everything from him, from Roger himself, but also from me with different videos that I've made on this channel. I'm trying to put them all in one place for you guys to see them. Definitely check it out. It's definitely worth your time, in my opinion. Alright, so you guys know that I do a lot of these videos on algos. There's so many of them out there, and this is just the latest in a long list of algos that I've tested out for you guys. So this one guy called Zeiierman, if you go to the About Us page right here, you can get an idea of the two people that founded this company. This is Zeiierman on the right, and SM Trader. A little bit weird how SM Trader covers his face. Not a big fan of anonymity, easy for me to say, in this industry, because it's just kind of weird. Be proud of what you've created, you know. So my first impression of this particular service is that it's a little bit on the expensive side. Now I do think there's a lot of value here, so the price is probably justified, but it's not the cheapest one out there by any stretch of the imagination, especially if you just want to test it out. Now, I did find a free trial for this, so it's worth hunting for that if you want to test this out. But if you don't find a free trial, if they stop doing that on their ads, then you're going to pay $95 for a monthly subscription. Now, that goes to a much more reasonable price of $59.99 if you do a quarterly, but of course you're actually putting up more cash for the quarterly over just the monthly. This is a seriously in-depth, powerful program. And it's probably going to take you more than a week or two just to get through all of the different systems. And you'll see what I mean exactly in a minute, because my first impression has been overwhelmed. They actually say on here, you can see it right here, that there's 80 plus premium trading tools. Now 80 plus premium trading tools is overwhelmed by any stretch of the imagination. And it's very difficult to know when to, where to start with all these different indicators, and you'll see those in a few minutes. So to summarize the pricing, I think the quarterly is well priced, it's in line with competition, but the monthly is a bit overpriced. If you just want to test it out, you're kind of forced to commit to whatever 60 times 3 is 180 bucks if you want to do the quarterly, or pay $95 for a month. Now, there's a couple of things that I do like about this. This is the dashboard inside the Zeiierman indicator system, and you can see because they have so much stuff, they've actually got it broken down into different categories, like beginner, for example. The buy-sell algos are for beginner, intermediate strategies, and there's a few of those. And if you click on these, they give you more information about everything to do with their buy and sell algos. The problem is the more you click, the deeper things get. So you can see the menus on the left here. There's menus like this on each one of those boxes that I just showed you. Inside here, just alone, there are indicator systems, and you can see there are 2, 4, 6, 8 of these indicator systems. There's a trend algo, a rhythmic candlesticks trend indicator, momentum trend strategy, ATR and PSAR trailing stop strategy, Z algo trading indicator, trend and contrarian, range and trend, reverse algo. And all of these look fantastic, but I'm not sure they provide much more than a lot of the competitors do in terms of accuracy. And of course it's impossible to tell because there's no backtesting included, so it's not like we can compare apples to apples with these things. All I know is there's a lot of these, and that's what I found out as soon as I went into my trading view account here. So hopefully you guys can read this. I know trading view can be kind of hard to see, but you can see the Zeiierman stuff here. So these are all Zeiierman. These are all Zeiierman. These are all Zeiierman. So it just filled up my invite-only scripts with Zeiierman. I have a lot of stuff in here now, but the Zeiierman stuff, like all Zeiierman, all Zeiierman, all Zeiierman after the quantogenics there. All Zeiierman, all Zeiierman, all Zeiierman. And they all have names: extreme expo, extreme this, expansion this, exhausted volume this, curved stop loss, cumulative delta. It goes on and on and on. Look, more Zeiierman. Lots more Zeiierman, intelligent zones, institutional strength. So my first impressions are there is so much here that the price is justified if you're the type of person that wants to have a ton of stuff to explore and to personalize and to build strategies upon. This could be one of the most powerful TradingView algo systems out there. For me personally, it's a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit too much. Like, I don't really want to spend time combining liquidity levels, intelligent zones, all this stuff, all just to try and get like the perfect strategy. But maybe you love that type of thing. Maybe that's really your thing. If you do, then Zeiierman's probably for you. Look at all of these. There's 80 of these things. Oscillator toolkits, Unsun FX algo. There's bots in here. There's momentum trend strategies as far as the eye can see. Range trends, range band, reverse algo. It goes on and on and on. Look at all this. More and more and more. Smart money concepts, RSI signals, rolling ATR channels, reverse squeeze, reverse algo, range band, supply demand zones. The one thing I can say about this for sure is you're not going to be lacking for things to test out, try, and add to your existing trading strategies. And they do emphasize that inside their instructions, is they want to make sure that you know that you're not just getting a buy-sell signal magic bullet, that these are supposed to be a set of powerful tools all combined to produce a strategy that you're comfortable with and that can make you money. There's a few interesting things. I loaded up some of these strategies. So for example, in the buy and sell algos, I loaded some of those up. I looked at the bell curve strategy as well. Let's just see if we can find, and this is part of the problem, is just finding some of these things in this huge menu that's just flooded my invite only here. Let's see what I can find here to show you guys. So Acturus Algo, I can't find any information in their instructions on that, but it looks like a bot, which is interesting. Might want to try that out. It actually did show some positive profit factors on SPY, at least on the 1 hour chart that I looked at earlier. ATR and PSAR trailing stop, the stuff you can get for free, not that exciting. Let's see, the bell curve stuff was interesting, so if we click on that. So the idea with this bell curve stuff, and basically the founder of this, Zeiierman, he basically said this is one of his favorite strategies for looking at reversals. So this was the concept that I got from him, from briefly reading his stuff. So basically, it's a contrarian indicator, so if you've had a lot of red, which is this right here, then you're probably at the bottom of a downtrend. And you can see in this case on the 1 hour SPY, that's what's actually happened. So you want to start thinking about going long when you see one of these red bell curves. And the opposite of that is if you start to see like these green bell curves, you would probably want to start going short. But you can see in this case it didn't actually work. So it doesn't work all the time. You're supposed to combine these things until you have the perfect optimized strategy. He uses it in conjunction with support and resistance levels, so he'd ignore ones that aren't at key levels, which I haven't added here because, to be quite honest, I can't find them inside this massive indicators that I was showing you. So he would add like one of the other ones. Let's just see if we can find it. Let's see. Maybe bell curves advanced. Maybe that adds that in. Doesn't look much different to me. So you can see just from this one indicator, there's 80 of these. There's so much to do. You click on them, there's all this stuff you can do. You can read about what you have to do to help improve things. Quick response, all this stuff. It goes on and on and on. Anyway, that's that one. Let's get rid of it. So like my main impression of this is it's for advanced traders that are looking to add some serious tools that are not simplistic to their trading repertoire. So that was the bell curve stuff. He talks about that quite a bit. Buy Sell Toolkit. I think that's just like the basic indicators. Let's have a look. See if it actually even did anything. I don't see anything. So I'll go to the settings right here. Sometimes they just don't produce the... Yeah, so for example, this is something I found kind of odd, is the signals are actually turned off at the moment. So you actually have to go and click them on. Click contrarian on. Actually, let's leave the contrarian off right now. No, actually, let's add it on since it's easy to see. So this is what most people are used to. This would be the buy sell toolkit. Probably the most beginner aspect of this thing. You can see you get the usual buy signals, it went up, sell signals went down, buy signals went up. So it looks pretty solid. Another sell signal here. This one's supposed to be where a reversal's happening. The reversals aren't looking that good at all, so I'm not a huge fan of these contrarian signals at the moment, so let's just turn them off. They're not looking as solid. Now you can see there's these optimizers for win rate, performance. Right now it looks actually pretty good without changing any of these things. You can add in all these other trend things, you know, where you see them hitting different like reversal points and stuff. It's all very complex, but maybe that's what you need to have a winning strategy with these algos. You can see they're pretty good though. These signals are pretty strong. This is the 1 hour SPY. They're actually pretty nice. Probably one of the better systems I've seen. A little choppy here, but you can see a lot of them are pretty good. There's no backtesting as far as I know though. Pretty sure this is not going to backtest. So you can't really tell for sure whether this is a profitable strategy or not over the long term. You can see they're fairly accurate. So adding this to your existing strategy might help. They're very trend orientated inside this system though. So you'll see there's a ton of momentum trend strategies and wave trend strategies, all to do with really trying to figure out what the market's going to do or what it's just starting to do as early as possible, so you can catch those trends and help, you know, add confluence to your existing strategies. So I'll show you some of those real quick. So indicators right here. If we can find them, like I said, it's just filled up my invite only scripts completely. So looking here, you've got your trend line stuff, average high trade volume, bell curves that just showed you, breakout and trend scalping. Might be one that we could look at. Let's see if that shows anything interesting. So you get these typical heat waves where it's showing the momentum shifting to bullish kind of thing. The buy sell orders, buy sell toolkit. Just goes on and on and on. Cloud channel indicators, that's quantogenics actually, never mind. There's so many Zeiierman that it gets mixed up with all these other things. CryptoPunk, by the way, is a bot they have for crypto. I had a quick look at it. It didn't look particularly exciting. There is backtesting on it, and it looked like you'd have to do quite a bit of fiddling to get this thing to be profitable. So I wasn't super impressed with that. Dynamic Trend Hunter, that's quantogenics again. Exhausted volume, expansion, fair gap stuff. So if you're into fair value gaps, could be something to look at. Anyway, there's really not a whole lot to say about this. This is probably a dozen videos if you were to go into each one and test it for more than a dozen, more like 50 to 100 videos to go into each one and test them thoroughly. Hopefully I've given you guys like an overview of what to expect though, and also to look for their ads and get the free trial if it's still available when you watch this video. And so I hope that's helpful. I think it appeals to people who are really detail oriented and want to really customize strategies using up to 80 different indicator systems. Hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.